nod and closed his eyes again. He must have just come off a night shift at the hospital. Faint red veins were visible in his tired eyes. I sipped the soda slowly. The car had merged smoothly onto the main road. Kimberly's birthday was coming up, so Jasper organized this short road trip to celebrate. About 7 to 8 of us were in 3 cars, heading to a hot spring resort 100 miles away. Not long after we started driving, Kimberly practically glued herself to Jasper's side. The music was loud, making it hard to hear what they were saying, but they were clearly enjoying themselves. Lately, Jasper and I have had several unpleasant arguments because of his inappropriate closeness with Kimberly. He promised to be more mindful next time. But whenever he saw Kimberly again, that promise vanished into thin air. Suddenly, everything felt meaningless to me. I lowered my head, chuckled to myself, then turned to look out the window. The mountain roads twisted and turned, with the occasional loose rock scattered along the path. As the car jolted, I couldn't help but lean to the side. My bare knee under my skirt brushed against Jonathan's thigh, pressed tightly against it. I wanted to move away instinctively, but then I noticed a faint reddish mark on Kimberly's neck. Even a fool could recognize it. A kiss mark. There was no need to guess who left it. In that instant, a surge of defiance rose within me, and I simply froze, leaving my knee where it was. Just then, Jonathan opened his eyes and looked at me. I pretended to be perfectly calm, staring straight ahead, refusing to meet his gaze. Yet my knee, pressed against the outside of his thigh, subtly shifted closer, pressing in even more. Only a thin layer of fabric separated us. I could clearly feel the firmness and heat of his muscles beneath. Waves of warmth surged through me, setting my nerves alight as if electrified. My mouth felt dry, and I couldn't help but swallow hard before reaching for the water bottle again. The cold water rushed down my throat, suppressing the restlessness and anxiety bubbling inside me, jolting me back to clarity. Jonathan still hadn't moved his leg. He just let me stay pressed against him like that. For a moment, my heart felt as if it had stopped entirely. Then it picked up speed, racing uncontrollably. But just then, the car suddenly swerved sharply. Kimberly let out a startled cry from the front seat. That scared me, Jazzy. She patted her chest dramatically, then softened her voice to praise him. But your reaction was so quick, Jazzy. If you hadn't turned the wheel in time, that rock would have hit our car. Jasper chuckled, impressed. My driving skills are top-notch. Kimberly suddenly leaned over and kissed him on the cheek. You're amazing, Jazzy. Here's a kiss. Cut it out, Jasper scolded, pretending to be annoyed. At least he hadn't forgotten his girlfriend was sitting in the back. He shot her a mock glare. Act your age, will you? Kathy is right here. Kimberly widened her eyes, putting on an innocent, pure expression. Kathy, Jazzy and I grew up together. I see him as my elder brother. You don't mind, do you? I pulled a blanket over myself, forcing a cold smile. Oh? Do you kiss your brother like that at home too? Kimberly immediately put on a pitiful look. Jazzy, see? I told you Kathy doesn't like me. Maybe I shouldn't go. I don't want to upset her. Jasper frowned right away. Enough, Catherine. You're 2 years older than Kimmy. Can't you be a little more mature? She's just a kid at heart, spoiled and playful. Why do you have to be so harsh? In that instant, I didn't even have the strength to argue anymore. Be more generous, huh? Sure. But in the future, I hope you would be just as generous too. Beneath the cover of the blanket, my leg pressed even tighter against Jonathan's. As the car jolted slightly again, my knee and calf brushed against him once more. Suddenly, his long, warm hand slid over and grabbed my thigh. His palm was hot against my cool skin, and that warmth seeped into me, wave after wave. In that fleeting moment, my senses felt magnified 1,000 times over. I could even feel the faint calluses on his fingers. Calluses from years of holding surgical scalpels. I could feel the